Being optimistic and being positive is a power and a skill that we can all develop. And in this video, I'll be sharing some of my favorite tips that you can use today to see the world in a more positive light. So keeping everything simple, let's jump right in. So first, we have to ask ourselves, what is optimism? So according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, let me just pull up my phone here because I'm kind of bad at reading this. Optimism is an inclination to put the most favorable construction upon actions and events or to anticipate the best possible outcome. And yes, this is clearly my favorite dictionary to use. So my personal definition for optimism is acknowledging the pitfalls and the downsides that we will all experience in life while still maintaining a positive belief that things will always go better in the end. So for every low, there's a high. And even more simply put, I align with realistic or practical optimism. I know things will go wrong and things will go bad, but that's not going to stop me, and I don't believe it should stop you from looking at all the positive things that happen in life and all the good that's yet to come. And so with that, my first strategy or method that I recommend for you guys to all do to become more positive, stop caring so much. So there's this idea in psychology and it's called the spotlight effect. And it's this idea that people are watching or they're observing or they are more aware of us than they actually are in reality. It's the idea that if we're gonna mess up, then say we are tying our shoelaces and when we stand up, we trip. Or we drop our phones suddenly in public because we all know we've done that. It's the idea that everyone around us suddenly is aware of us and is suddenly judging us when that's just not the case. The reality of it is that we are the center of our own world. And so it's very hard to actually be objective about how many people are truly paying attention to us. So that's where this idea of not caring is one of the strategies I recommend to be more optimistic, because people aren't gonna care as much as you think they are. So wear those clothes that you like, rock that flashy makeup that you have been dying to try a new hairdo. If you're at a party, go dance, have fun with it. The best part about not caring is that it allows you to be more present, be more engaged, and just have more fun enjoying what you're doing. And then I know there's probably some of you out there who are saying,
well, Michael, there are people who will just go around judging and putting people down. What about that? What do we do about them?
And that's where strategy number 2 comes in, and it's to ask yourself why. Those who actively go around and are judging and are critical of others, there's always something going on in their life that we don't know about. And so that's where asking why becomes so important and is gonna help you reframe your thinking and reframe how you look at the situation. So a good example of this is the idea of the why ladder. It's this method allowing you to drill down to like the core concept or the core ideas behind a situation or behind an action or behind something that someone has done. A great example of this is running a marathon. Why do I want to run a marathon? Well, I want to, be healthier. Why do I want to be healthier? Well, when I'm healthier, I tend to look a bit better. Well, why do I want to look a bit better? Okay, well, I kind of like the affirmations that I get when someone says it looks like I've been working out.
Thank you, college.
The whole point of drilling down through why is being able to pause and think and to really assess what's going on. And this works well for emotions too. Asking yourself, well, why am I upset? Why did that make me anxious? Why did that make me sad? And being able to understand, experience, and acknowledge these things will allow you to then turn it around and then see the positives of it too. This practice of using the why is a fantastic ability because it allows us to really think about the narrative that's going on in our head, as well as acknowledge, experience, and think about the emotions that we have. These are questions that you can ask yourself, drill down into, and then use to spin everything into a more positive manner. Well, if this made me sad, what can I do about it? Well, if this made me upset, how am I going to resolve it? And then the next step, which I think it will lead into, is the why nots. Well, why not sit in this car because I just parked when my favorite song came on? I just listened to it for a little bit. Or it's a nice day outside. Why not just go for a quick walk around the block? Or I haven't actually texted my friend in a little while. Why not give them a quick little text, just let them know I'm thinking about them? It's these small little things that are narratives within our head that we're able to change, able to think about, and able to go over the more we practice and the more we try to see everything in that more optimistic and positive light. And that's why it's so important to be able to think about the why and really go over the narrative and question what's the cause. And this is especially true when dealing with someone who could be going out of the way to judge or lash out at someone, but everyone's fighting a battle that you don't see. So asking yourself why and coming from a place of positivity and empathy will always be more beneficial for you and for everyone that you interact with. So in asking why, and in training your mind to really question the narrative and drill down into it, it can become a positive habit. And that's where strategy number 3 comes into play. Being able to build one positive daily habit and one positive daily acknowledgement. And it truly is just that simple. If after a long day at work, sitting on the couch with your partner watching a TV show together is something that is relaxing and enjoyable, acknowledge it and just get to be present in that. One of the key points of building this habit is that it's simple. You don't want to try to do something that is an entire paradigm shift from everything else you've done in your life so far. You want to make sure that it's simple, strong, and sustainable. For me personally, opening the windows first thing in the morning is one of my small habits because I love getting to see sunshine first thing in the morning. If I can see a sunrise too, chef's kiss, it's fantastic because it sets my mood for the day and it puts me in a more positive headspace than if I were to say wake up and wait a couple hours before I even open the curtains. Because then at that point the light's kind of harsh, not gonna lie. If I just happen to open the curtains and I'm suddenly met with blinding light. And the nice part about this habit of choosing and acknowledging like one thing that makes you happy throughout the day is that it becomes easier the next time as well. It's training your mind to be more positive focused, being able to see the small things that are offsetting all the negative that you would tend to see throughout the day as well. The negativity is always louder, but again, the positivity is strong and resilient. So let me know in the comments below, what do you do to stay positive? What are small habits that you have that help you kind of reframe your thinking, or whenever something bad happens, lifts your spirit a little bit? Let me know. And so it is still much easier for all of us to focus on the negatives because those are the things that invoke a strong reaction from all of us. But that's where this idea of being optimistic, it's a skill, and you can polish it and you can improve it with enough time, practice, and intentionality. And it doesn't have to be, again, a huge life shift. It can be these small little incremental changes that you're choosing to implement because you know long term you want to lead a more positive and optimistic looking life. So just as all skills can be improved with a little bit of work, in my next video, I'll actually be talking about mindful leadership in the workplace and how that's something that in this day and age, we so desperately need to improve. So in keeping everything simple, subscribe to this channel if you like this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful so that YouTube can recommend it to others like you. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at KES Studios, and I will see y'all in the next video.